I'm excited to be back on your screen this evening with another episode of the Signature Podcast. I believe that you had a wonderful, restful weekend. All right. So, my name is Elijah Elvis Kraftzmann, and I am your host for the Signature Podcast. In no time, we're going to start having other people come on board to share their own thoughts and ideas on the Signature Podcast. It won't just be only me doing the podcast thing. But until then, I hope you do enjoy all of the episodes that I publish every week. This week, we're going to continue from where we stopped last week. Last week, we started out on the 10 ways to achieve success at a young age. And while we were still at the middle of it, we were cut off because our recording device, had its memory full. So we just had to publish what we got. But this week, we continue on that same subject, how to achieve success at a young age, and we're sharing 10 things or 10 ways. Last week we were able to cover 2 of it. I'm going to be fast this week so I can cover all 8 of them that are left. If we hadn't encountered a challenge last week, we probably could have done about 5 of it and then completed it today. But today I'm going to go on a marathon, and that is just going to be me giving out the remaining 8 ways to achieve success at a very young age. I do hope that you're listening carefully with an open heart. If you're listening to me on all audio platforms, you listen with an open heart. And if you're watching me over on YouTube, watch with an open heart. It's great to have you here again, and I appreciate your consistency in following up on all my contents on all the signature podcasts, episodes of the signature podcast that we put out every week. Thank you so much for believing in us and our message. And I encourage you that you always, always, always share this value as much as it benefits you. Kindly share with your friends, with your loved ones, with your enemies, and subscribe to the channel. All right, that is the only way you can support and appreciate the value that we are giving out. Okay, now let me run quickly into the subject matter for today. Like I said, we're continuing from where we stopped, and we stopped at number 2. The first thing I mentioned last week was in order for you to achieve success at a young age, the first thing you need to do is to set clear goals and create a roadmap to achieve them. Now, this is where I dwelled on your discovery of purpose, or your definition of your vision. That success begins at defining your vision, defining your purpose, knowing what you're called to do, and doing it. That is actually that is the bedrock for success, or the foundation for success. Knowing what you have been designed for and leaving it to the max. And then I mentioned clearly that you must learn to set clear goals and create a roadmap to achieve them, because the truth is, goals without plans will end up with nothing. You will end up with no results when your goals do not have a plan. It is not enough to design what you want to achieve on paper. There must be action steps that must back up the goal, that must follow through until that goal is achieved. And now, plans require systems, they require processes. These are things you must do that will make you arrive at your destination, at that success, or at that desired goal that you have put down on paper. So you must break them down. If they are big goals, you must break them down into smaller, manageable goals, and create a timeline to achieve them. This is 2024, and we're in February. February is we're halfway, more than halfway into February, right? And in no time, February will be done with. We'll be done with February, and then we'll have 10 months left until the year runs out. So what are the goals you've set out your heart to achieve even before the year started, or as the year started? How far have you gone in achieving or fulfilling, in achieving those goals? How far have you gone? Or you're thinking that, I still have 10 months, so maybe when it's on the 6th month, say July, I'll just start pursuing. No, you have to break them down into tiny bits, into tiny manageable tasks. Imagine if you had broken down, let's say you have a goal to read 100 books in 2024 as part of your personal development plans. All right. as part of your personal development plans, you're not going to just sit back and wait and just assume or just believe that by the end of the year you'd have read 100 books. Yeah, possibly you could have done 3 books in January, and you'll be proud of yourself because, of course, you probably would not do 3 books in a month, but you did 3 books in January. Well, that's commendable. And now in February, you are still struggling to finish your second book. If you continue this way, you will never arrive at 100. For you to hit that goal that you've set for yourself to read 100 inspiring, motivational, business, financial book, or whatever book you've set your heart to read in 2024, right? This is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to look at, okay, I have 12 months and beginning the year is January, right? And I've set out my heart to do 100 books. Now, the question you're going to ask yourself is, how do I break this down into bits so that I know how many books I have to read in every month, how many books I have to read every week, and how many books I have to read every day? All right. So this is where you now break down those goals into saying, okay, I have to read at least a minimum of 8 books every month. If you do that in 10 months, that is already 80 books. If you do that in 12 weeks, in 12 months, I mean, you've already done 96 books. So you distribute the remaining 4 books into any other month in the year and say, okay, maybe the month I finish reading my hitting my target early enough, I could do an extra book, make it 9. Can distribute the 4 books into the 4 different months, or into every quarter, and say, okay, each quarter I'm going to read an extra book. That is how it has to be intentional. Your goal setting has to be broken down into manageable tasks. Your ability to know what you are doing every single day that brings you closer to your goal, to the achievement of your goal. Every day, everything you're doing brings you closer to the fulfillment or the achievement of your goal. But if you don't break them down, you'll never be intentional about what you're doing right now in order to get to where you want to be. All right, I've dwelt on this subject quite enough. Let's look at the second thing that I mentioned until we're caught up. I said you must continuously educate yourself and seek out learning opportunities. This is where I was trying to let us know that the journey to personal transformation or personal development or personal growth, whatever you choose to call it, requires your own responsibility. It requires your own intentionality. I said no one is going to do it for you. Just like no one feeds for you, that is how no one is going to read for you. When you eat food, you're eating it and it's getting on your inside. You pass on the food through your mouth. Likewise with personal development, whether it is reading books, whether it is watching documentaries, whether it's taking up a new course, whatever it is you have to do, you must do it for yourself, by yourself. No one is going to get it done for you. So you must be intentional about continuous learning. All right. Someone once said that leaders are readers. So if you want to lead in any sphere of life that you belong in, you must be a reader. You must be an ardent pursuer of knowledge. You must desire and pursue knowledge. All right. Number 3 thing I'm going to share so that we can run fast is that you must network and build quality relationships with mentors and successful individuals. Now, this is very important because the people you surround yourself with will determine the outcome of your life. Can I say that again? It is important to build quality networks and relationships because the people you surround yourself with will determine to a great extent the outcome of your life. So if you are surrounded by foolish people, you are inadvertently the another foolish person among them, right? So you cannot be surrounded by the people that you are the smartest among. Don't be the smartest person in the room, because if you are the smartest person in the room, you put a cap on your capacity. You put a limit to how far you can go, how much you can do, because you already begin to nurse the arrival mentality. You begin to cultivate an arrival mentality because you are the best among them. So you're not striving for more. You are not challenging yourself to break free from that status quo. Are you following? All right. So never, never, whenever you find out that you are now the smartest person among your friends, among your circle, it is important that you intentionally begin to change your circle. It is important to know that you have outgrown that circle and you need to advance into the next circle of people that challenge your mind, that challenge your thinking, that challenge your thought process, that challenge your perspective, that challenge your ideas and ideologies. Don't be comfortable with mediocres. Don't be comfortable with having mediocres around you. You must challenge yourself to associate with mentors, successful people in your industry, in your career, whatever it is, wherever you're going to, you need to find people in that area of life you're going to who have already achieved or arrived at that destination. That way, you keep yourself a step ahead of your mates. I think it was Isaac Newton that said, in order for me to see far, I stand upon the shoulders of giants. All right. So you must surround yourself with people who inspire and challenge you. Mentors can offer guidance, advice, and valuable insights based on their own experiences, helping you navigate challenges and make informed decisions. If someone passed through a route and experienced a challenge, and the person happens to become your mentor, would they let you go through that same route in order for you to go through the same pain that they went through? That must be a wicked person. As long as they are your guide, as long as they are your mentor, their responsibility to you is to ensure that they guide you in order for you to navigate the same challenge that they went through and come out the other way without being burnt, without being destroyed, without being, without being crippled by that challenge. Okay. That is how important it is for you to surround yourself with profitable high network. Did you just get that? Profitable high network. Now, profitable high network does not simply mean people you want to depend on for livelihood. It doesn't necessarily mean people you want to depend for sponsorship. Remember, mentorship is not sponsorship. Can I say that again? Mentorship is not sponsorship. That someone is mentoring you does not give you the entitlement to depend on them for sponsorship or to require sponsorship from them. Their role in your life is to guide you, is to provide guidance, is to provide insights, valuable insights that will contribute to success on your journey or that will contribute to your journey. So it is not for them to sponsor. There's this mentality that we have around here in the contemporary African society, particularly in Nigeria, where youngsters depend on their mentors and feel entitled to be sponsored by their mentors. I'm also not trying to say that you also could not get to be sponsored by your mentor, but you must have it at the back of your mind that your mentor is not designed to be your sponsor. But if you happen to have him as your sponsor, lucky are you. All right. Okay, so let's continue quickly. Number 4 is that you must develop strong communication and interpersonal skills. Effective communication. Oh, this is a very powerful ingredient to your success. If you don't master the art of communication, you'll never connect with your audience. You'll never connect with your mentor. You never connect with the people you are leading. You will always have trouble. You'll never connect with your team, maybe at the office that you're leading. You even fail at relationships, whether it has to be a romantic relationship or business relationship or just casual friendly relationship. You're going to fail at it. Communication is a very powerful tool and a very powerful skill that you must, as a young person like myself, develop in 2024. You must learn the art of communication, the art of effective communication, your ability to say the right things at the right time. Some people, they say, I'm very blunt. I'm very blunt. I say things the way they are. If you want to really have quality relationships, if you want to have relationships that last, that are not broken by the words that you say, you must master the art of communication. Your ability to communicate effectively such that the other person on the other end can understand, can grasp without confusion, but with utmost clarity what you are trying to say to them. If people always misunderstand you, it then means that you are very poor at communication. If people would barely understand what you're saying to them, it means that your communication skill is poor. So, what do you need to do? You need to go back to learning how to effectively communicate. Now, effective communication is essential for building relationships. I just said that, resolving conflicts and presenting ideas persuasively. So you must work on listening actively, because communication simply is not just about you being the one who talks. Part of effective communication is learning how to be quiet and listen to other people talk. So you must learn to actively engage in listening to other people when they speak to you. That makes you an effective communicator. You don't interrupt and interject people when they're trying to maybe communicate to you or converse with you. You need to learn how to stay disciplined. Oftentimes we try to project our knowledge, we try to project our intelligence, we try to project that we have it all, or we know it all on people, and we don't want to let them say things to us. We just want to always be at that vantage position of, I am vast in knowledge, I know this thing, and it's going to affect people. Will avoid talking to you. Once they figure out that you don't listen, they would also mistaken you for someone who has pride and arrogance. So you must develop the art of communication, and inclusive in effective communication is what? Your ability to listen, and speak clearly and empathize with others to enhance your interpersonal skill. Some people are very poor with empathy, very poor at empathy. And the truth is, if you want to be very good with your interpersonal relationship, you must learn to put yourself in the shoes of others. You must learn, you consciously to be empathetic. Feel the pain of people, genuinely care for people. All right. Number 5 is that you embrace failure as learning opportunity and persevere through challenges. This simply talks about resilience. If you want to succeed quickly in 2024, you must develop what we call grit or resilience. You must learn to embrace failure. Failure is not who you are. Failure is part of life. When you fail, you are closer to success. It was Thomas Edison that kept trying. When he was trying to invent the light bulb, he tried for over 9,900 times, right? If I'm correct. And he got it on the 10,000th time. And he said that I never failed. I only learned how to not do it 9,999 different ways or so. I don't know if you get that. But he learned how to not do it wrongly by doing it wrongly until he got it right. So you don't throw in the towel because you experienced a roadblock. You don't throw in the towel because you faced a resistance. You must develop grit, your ability to rise above the storms of life, your ability to rise and confront every challenge that comes your way. This is my chat to you in 2024, given the fact that here in Nigeria, we are experiencing harsh economic times. Are you going to give up on your goals? Are you going to give up on your aspirations because of the situations that we're experiencing economically in the country, in Nigeria? It's too early for you to throw in the towel. Do not focus on the problem. Think of the problem in a different way. Begin to ask yourself, what solution can I bring to myself and to others that will better our lives? All right. You must learn to embrace failure, take them as a learning opportunity, and persevere through challenges. Failure is a natural part of life and is a natural part of the learning process. Instead of fearing failure, view it as an opportunity to learn, grow, and improve. Number six, number six way to become successful at a very young age is that you must stay adaptable and open to new ideas and opportunities. Now, this is simply how I'm going to put it for you to understand. Refuse to be stereotypical. Some people are so stereotypical, so given to stereotypes that they refuse new ideas. They refuse and resist new perspective. They only see the world through their own lenses. But that is not how it ought to be. In 2024 and beyond, you need to learn to stay adaptable. Be open-minded, be open to new ideas, be open to new opportunities. Do not, I say it again. I'm saying this passionately with my heart. Refuse to be given to stereotypes. Challenge the norms. Challenge the norms. Challenge the norms. Don't say this is how we do it. Challenge the status quo. Challenge the norms and challenge the status quo. Refuse to be given to stereotypes. Be open-minded to new ideas, new opportunities, new perspectives. All right. Number 7, I'm running quickly because we are taking some more time. Number 7 is that you must prioritize health and wellness to maintain energy and focus. Success is not sustainable without good health. If you break down as a result of stress, as a result of poor hygiene, poor lifestyle, poor habits, whether it's eating habits or whatever, you can achieve success. You can't achieve success by lying on the sick bed. So you must pay attention to your health. You must give attention to what you feed. Even your mental health. Wellness does not just have to do with what you put in your mouth. Even what you consume in your mind. Stop consuming negative materials. Stop consuming things that are full of junks. Feed your mind. If you're a Christian, feed your mind with the word of God. Read books. If you have to see movies, see quality documentary movies, educative movies. What more can I say? Be intentional about your wellness. Refuse to stay in toxic environments. Refuse to stay in environments where you are talked down on. Refuse to stay in an atmosphere that has negative energy. It's going to impact your mind greatly. It's going to impact your well-being greatly. So you must protect your mental space. You must protect your wellness, your well-being by all means. All right. Number 8 is manage time effectively and prioritize tasks to maximize productivity. Now, when you decide to sojourn on success or sojourn to success, you're going to experience one particular challenge. One of the challenges, that you're going to experience as you sojourn to success is time management, your ability to manage time. Can I tell you the truth? Do you know that the moment you begin to put a system around your life in terms of having a schedule of what to do, not allowing people creep into your schedule, not allowing people to jump in on your schedule and just take away your time, people are going to start looking at you as a proud person. I tell you the truth. I'm telling you from personal experience. In 2024, I decided to be intentional about how I use my time. And if I don't have you on schedule, of course, we have to keep a flexible schedule, right? But there are certain appointments, there are certain disruptions that you are not permitted to have, in your day. If you already have a structure or a system that you're working with, that way people will not have access to your life and to your time randomly. Whoever would have access would be because you permit them. It is not pride, it is you being intentional about your life. Time is life. Don't waste your life. As you waste your time, as you let people waste your time, you're wasting your life. They are helping you waste your life. So you must manage time effectively. Prioritize tasks to maximize productivity. Time is a precious resource, and managing it effectively is crucial for success. Identify the most important tasks to you in a day, get it done with, and then you can now focus on the low priority task that does not require much energy. Number 9 is take calculated risks and step out of your comfort zone. If you want to experience success quickly as a young person, you must be willing to let go of your comfort zone. You can't stay in your comfort zone and want to experience the level of success that you desire. You must break out from that comfort zone. You must stretch your capacity. You must do the extraordinary things in order for you to achieve or experience extraordinary results. So take calculated risk. Don't jump into things, whether it's financial investments or whether it's because you feel like, oh, I want to do some of this year, and you're just going here and there. You're not taking a calculated risk. Now, there is a scripture in the Bible that says, seest thou a man that builded a tower without counting the cost? So you want to build a tower, you must first of all count the cost. How much is going to cost me to build a skyscraper? You need to have it already planned out and make provisions for the resources required to build it. And then before you start out on the project, if you do not plan, you have already planned to fail. So plan your day, plan your time. I already have plans for my week. I already have plans for tomorrow. Plan your life, plan your time. That way, people will not encroach into your life, because an encroachment into your time is an encroachment into your life. As people eat into your time, they are eating into your life. You don't want that to happen to you. I refuse that from happening to you. That's why I'm sharing this with you. Be intentional, protect your time, manage it, and prioritize things that matter. Finally, all right, I'm going to wrap up in 2 minutes. Finally, stay focused on your passions, and maintain a positive mindset. Stay focused on your passions. Maintain a positive mindset. Passion fuels motivation and perseverance. So pursue endeavors that align with your interest. Pursue things that align with your interest, with your goals, with your values, and cultivate a positive mindset. Because on your journey to success, challenges are going to come, but our approach to these challenges is totally what is going to make it different. Is what is going to make it completely different. How we approach these challenges is going to be what makes it different. So developing a positive mindset is a prerequisite for success. Cultivate a positive mindset, practice gratitude, and maintain optimism even in the face of setbacks. A positive attitude can empower you to overcome obstacles and achieve your goals. I want to believe that you got so much value today. I shared with us, this is a wholesome podcast episode of the Signature Podcast, where I shared 10 ways to achieve success at a young age. If you got value from this video, from this podcast, if you're listening on our audio platforms, I encourage you to do us a favor, do yourself a favor as well, and share this video. like, comment, leave us with your thoughts. We want to hear back from you. Thank you so much for listening to me. I wish you the best of the week. Ciao.